happened to him, a tragedy that his family says was unspeakable and unnatural. Once again, CNN's Kathleen Koch has the exclusive Keeping Him Honest report.
Madeline Dido was a deputy and kitchen supervisor in the Harrison County Jail. She'd heard inmates talk about beatings, but last year on January 7th, she walked in on one in the booking room. The ringleader, she says, was a veteran guard named Ryan Teal.
Ryan Teal was the one doing most of the blows and the hitting and the punching.
Casey Alvis was the inmate. He was arrested that night for public intoxication. Alvis says guards jumped him for looking into a women's cell. He says he fought back until they strapped him tightly into a restraining chair like this one. At the Harrison County Jail, it's known as the Devil's Chair.
They put a sheet around my head so tight that I couldn't breathe, so I'm gasping for air, basically. And water was poured on me.
What was the effect that this had?
I had the effect of I was suffocating. I thought I was going to die, actually. I'm gasping for air because the torture was, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Now, you said torture. Do you believe that's what you underwent?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Mental torture, physical torture. Torture.
Alvis says he was then left for 8 hours, strapped in the chair.
The restraints were so tight that actually it put welts on my shoulders. It was like a burning sensation that I was feeling.
These photos show the strap imprints on his thighs, ankles, shoulders, and back. Alvis suffered severe nerve damage. He says his doctor told him he nearly died of kidney failure.
I was so upset, I left and went to my office. I cried. I prayed.
And former Deputy Madeline Dido filed a report. She also says she warned her supervisor about Ryan Teal, who she says was the most violent guard.
I had talked to the major, and I told her that if, my opinion, if something's not done to Teal and to about that incident, that eventually someone was going to get killed. He was going to end up killing someone, so it needs to be done.
But Dido says nothing changed. Nothing. In fact, it was just 1 month later that Jesse Lee Williams was beaten into a coma and died. Deputy Teal was charged with attempting to kill Williams and then cover it up. Teal has pleaded not guilty, and his attorney would not comment. If they had listened, do you think that Jesse Williams would be alive today?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
As for jail officials, Sheriff Payne issued a statement saying that he is fully cooperating in all investigations related to the Williams case, and that many changes were made after his death, among them a new warden, revised use of force and taser policies, tougher screening for new hires, additional supervisors, and expanded training programs. But former jailer Preston Wills insists many guards responsible for beatings still control the jail.
There's still a lot of people in there right now that they need to get in trouble. They really do, and they need to really be looked at very closely. They don't need to be there, period.
And all of this had happened before 21-year-old Lee DeMond Smith was brought to the jail. It was 10 months after Williams' deadly beating, well after those safeguards were supposedly put in place. On his 13th day in jail, Smith's mother received some frightening calls from families of other inmates saying something terrible had happened.
They said that they saw officers covering his body with a white sheet.
Stunned, Smith's aunt called the jail.
I want to know, is anything wrong with my nephew? She said, there's nothing wrong with your nephew. And then I said, well, let me speak with him. She said, you know you can't speak to an inmate. She was so rude. And she said, there have not been any deaths at the Harrison County Jail.
Smith's mother raced to the jail demanding answers about her son. Instead, she says she got lies.
When I got there, they kept denying it.
Finally, the warden came in and delivered the awful news. Her son was dead. The death investigation report by the District Attorney's Office and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation states that witnesses said Lee Smith collapsed in a TV room at the jail. They say he began having seizures, became unresponsive, and then paramedics were called. The county autopsy found that Lee Smith died of natural causes, a, quote, massive recent pulmonary embolism, a blood clot in the lung. But the young man had never had any health problems. Then, as if in confirmation of his family's worst fears, Smith's grandmother had a disturbing dream.
He said, "Mama, I was murdered. They killed me." And it just ran chills out through my body. I just woke up instantly.
Well, the stunning conclusion when we come back. And later, a black market for endangered animals.
Dr. Gupta goes shopping for endangered species.
Little baby civet. Little baby civet.
Civet cat tiger parts. A booming business spells trouble for endangered animals trying to survive on a planet in peril. What was she thinking? What was she drinking?
She was chasing after another car.
Did someone say chaser? We'll give it to you straight on Lindsay Lohan's latest bender in her battle with the bottle and drugs. Ahead on 360.